Sup nerds, today we have Loogamon versus Bloom. Brandon won the die roll, so he starts off by hatching Bowmon, evoing a Gabumon, and playing AG for 3. Mel hatches Coco, Eva's in a pal, and Mel's a little bricked up here, no Diddy, so he hard plays Cherrymon for 7. Brandon promotes, gains memory from AG, gains memory from Gabumon. Evo's into Lugar for 2. Swang on him, triggers Gabu first, draw 1, trash 1, triggers a Lugar, trash 1 to draw 1, and then 6k 1 check, survives. Mind links. Eva's in a Chimera for 4, triggers Chimera, tucks the Loogamon, minuses 3k on the Cherry until the end of Mel's turn, and then Eva's in a Finn for 4, plays Black Gato, and then gains 1 memory from the Inheritable, and then plays out AG at end of turn. So that Cherrymon is 4k right now. Alright, Mel promotes, triggers Pal, and targets Black Gato with its effect to lose 2 memory every time it suspends until the end of Brandon's turn. Eva's into Quantumon for 5, targets Finn. Finn goes on security, and then Mel gets to take little peek skis. Mel puts the Heluger on top of Brandon's deck. Alright, then Sack goes, and then declares Digimon, bot decks it, and then Brandon draws for turn. Gains 1 from AG after hatching, Evo's into Gabumon. Plays Wisdom Training, adds Death X. Brandon swings on him, loses 2 memory, and survives, and chokes Mel to 1. Mel hatches Cocomon, triggers Palmon again to target the Black Gato again. Mel Evo's in a Pal for 0. Mel activates HPD, Fair and Balanced card, suspends Quantumon to Evo and a Merciful for 1 memory, blows up the Black Gato, and then we get to bot deck 10 cards. It's just bot decks all of Brandon's trash and completely resets him. Then Evo into Sunflower for 2, trigger its effect to play Sunflower, and then draws 1 from Coco. Brandon promotes, gains memory from Gabu, gains memory from AG, start a main phase. Pops Wisdom, Evo's into Lugar for 0. Activates Wisdom, Scorches top 2. Adds Loogamon. Mind links with AG. Attempts to swing at the Sunflower, draws 1, trashes 1 from Gabu, triggers a Lugar to trash 1 to draw 1 and then gain a memory. And there was a risk there. We all know that Mel plays Lilymon Ace, but Brandon literally said out loud, I guess I'll just force you to have it. Fortunately for him, Mel did not have it, although it wouldn't have bot decked it anyway. He just would have died to the crash into it, but wouldn't have been the end of the world. Then Brandon Evo's into Chimera for 4, triggers its effects, tucks, and then minuses 3k on the Merciful and the Sunflower, and then end of turn plays out AG, and then gains memory from his Inheritable of the Loogamon to maintain turn, and plays Wisdom Training for 2. Alright, so Merciful mode actually would trash itself before the draw for turn. It's a beginning of turn effect, and you don't draw for turn at the beginning of your turn. Fun fact. It doesn't really impact anything, but something to know. Yep, trashes the top card of security. Then promotes. Swings over Chimera for 10k. I would have evoed into the Finn in Brandon's hand, and then the Quantumon actually couldn't out it. It would give Mel 4 memory, and you'd risk like a little pop-off, but obviously that's not going to happen. So Mel plays Palmon to choke Brandon to 1, and then declares Digimon at the beginning of Brandon's turn with Quantumon's effect, reveals a Loogamon. Bot decks it. And then Brandon almost forgets to draw for turn here, but he does, remember, thankfully. Hatches Bowmon, Eva's into Loogamon, after gaining memory from AG at the beginning of main phase. And he plays Gabumon to choke Mel to 1. Then Mel should unsuspend after drawing 2 cards from Palmon, and then draw for turn after unsuspending with Quantumon. Hatches Coco. Eventually, the start of turn effects and knowing what order they happen in is going to be very important with the more interactions we get in this game, so it's important to know those things. So Mel swings Quantumon at security and survives, and then plays Yoshino for 4, declares Digimon, reveals Tyranno and bot decks it, and then Brandon draws for turn. Brandon promotes, triggers Loogamon starter main, tuck AG to gain a memory, and then gains memory from Gabu and AG. Plays Wisdom for 2. Adds the Soul Loogamon. Pops Wisdom, evos into Loogamon. Pops Wisdom, evos into Soul Luger for 1. Triggers Soul Luger's effect. Plays Black Gado. Gains 1 memory from his inheritables. Swang on him. Trashes the Finn to gain a memory. And then triggers Baumon's inheritable to evo into Finn for 4. Finn effect. Hey, playing 3 dudes out. So fair. And then unsuspends from Soul Luga's effects, and then alliances with Loogamon. So 18k for 2 checks, survives. Swings again. Deletes Palmon, unsuspend. And doesn't trigger alliance here. And then swings for game. So Loogamon does take game 1. By the way, if you guys enjoy this type of content, please like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel. And if you're interested in the Loogamon deck profile, link will be in the pinned comment below. Alright, so Mel chooses to go first for game 2, hatches Coco, evos in a pal, and plays Yoshino for 4. Brandon hatches Baumon, and then plays Wisdom, adds Wisdom, activates Wisdom, adds Heluga, and then plays Tyrannomon for 4, Scourges top 4, adds Loogamon, and then trashes a Finn. Mel stays in Raising, activates Agility, Scourges top 2, adds a Togemon, and then activates another Agility, adds Bloom, and then plays Togemon for 4. Interesting. Brandon evos into Loogamon and Raising, and then evos into Hell for 3. Activates Analog Youth to Scourge top 3. Adds the Finn. Triggers Hell's end of turn effect, delete himself, draw 2. Trashes Loogamon and pops the Togemon. Taps Analog Youth, gains memory, maintains turn. And evos into Loogarmon, and then Mel goes 3 from Yoshino. Mel promotes. Pops Agility, evos into Sunflower for 0. Taps Yoshino, gains memory. Taps Sunflower, draws from Coco. Yeah, Mel suspended for cost on the Sunflower, but did not rip the card he needed to rip off the Cocomon. Activates Yoshino for 4 to go to 0. And just passes. Feels bad. So Brandon promotes. Eventually he'll unsuspend his Analog Youth, I'm sure. There we go. Hashtag never forget. Brandon activates Analog Youth, Scourges top 3. Adds Loogamon. Evos into Chimera for 4. Triggers Chimera's effects. Tucks Loogamon and minuses 3k on the Sunflower. And then Mel is at his 3. Hatches Cocomon. Mel plays Loogamon, Scourges top 3. Mel adds the Palmon. Evos into Palmon and Raising. Pops Agility. Evos into Sunflower for 0. Taps double Yoshino. Gains 2 memory. Plays Pal for 3 to choke Brandon to 1. Alright, so Brandon hatches Baumon. Evos into Loogamon. Pops Wisdom. Evos into Finn for 2. Triggers Finn. Plays Tyranno. Triggers Tyranno. Scourges top 4. Max value. Adds Lugar and AG. Then trashes a Lugar. Swing on him, 12k. Deletes a Sunflower to unsuspend itself. And then 12k, 1 check. Survives. And then end of attack. So, fun fact, this is actually a chat here. Each of these triggers and activates separately. He would end of attack gain 1 memory, go to 0, and then the other 2 would fail to activate, which means he could trigger them again and activate them successfully later in the turn. But Brandon actually activates all 3, which is a chet, and goes to 3. I don't think it actually impacts much, but that is a chet. Evo's into Heluger for 3. Then activates Wisdom Training to pass turn. Scourges a Black Gato, triggers Hell's effect. Deletes himself, draws 2. No Luga and trash. And trashes 1 Black Gato and then blows up the Palmon. Taps double Analog Youth to maintain turn. And activates another Analog Youth. Scourges top 3 to pass turn for realsies this time. Adds a Chimera. Then Mel's turn at 3. Mel's in a pretty bad situation here. Promoting is not good unless you can do something about the Loogamon coming out of raising. You also have to deal with the Finn as well. Promotes. Gives Palmon's effect to Finn to lose 2 memory every time it's suspended. That would be good if there wasn't a Loogamon chilling and raising. And then Mel just has to pass. So Brandon promotes, triggers Loogamon to tuck AG and gain a memory. Pops Wisdom, Eva's in a Lugar. Pops Wisdom, Eva's in a Soul Lugar for 1. Plays Black Gato for free off the Soul effect. Gains 2 memory from his inheritables. Eva's in a Finn for 4. Pops off with Finn. Plays 2 more Black Gatos and a Lugarmon. Swang on him. Triggers Alliance. Blows up the PAL. Unsuspends. 2 checks. 18k. Survives. Swing on him, Black Gato, 6k. Swing on him, Black Gato. And then swing on him, Black Gato. And then in Brandon BM fashion, shows all of the extra checks he could have gotten. But Loogamon does take it 2-0. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoy seeing this kind of content. Want to come back for more. But until next time, see ya.